Welcome students, this is your video for Friday 11/21 on direct variation. This is the last lesson we're going to do before our Thanksgiving break. It might be a little bit sloppy. I'm having to write this with my finger because I left my stylus at school, so just bear with me if it's a little bit sloppy. Let's go ahead and get started. It shouldn't take long because we're just going to do the four corners of our Fourier model just so we get an idea of what direct variation is. Alright, so the definition of direct variation is that it's a relationship between two variables where one is a constant multiple of the other. Okay? So it's a constant multiple of the other. Examples of that would be like this. If I had 1, 2, 3, let's say I decide I want to multiply all the x's by 4, then this becomes 4, this becomes 8, and this becomes 12. So we just multiply by 4 to get everything. That's what a direct variation is. You just multiply the x side by something, or you could divide them. Okay? Some synonyms for this are direct proportion, and that is the same proportion that you learned back in middle school, or it's also called directly proportional. Okay. All right. The key characteristics of this: first thing, it is a straight line. Okay, so direct variation is a form of a straight line. That's why we're learning it, because we've been studying about straight lines. It passes the origin, which means that it goes through the point 0, 0. So it's a straight line and has to go through 0, 0. Its equation is like what we've been studying, mx plus b, only we're missing the b, and m becomes k. So our equation, instead of y equals mx plus b, is y equals kx. Okay? Y equals kx. K is called the constant of variation. In my first problem over there, it would be y equals 4x, because remember I said we're taking 1, 2, and 3, and all we're doing is multiplying those by 4 to become 4, 8, and 12. So 4 is my constant of variation. Okay. Alright, some examples. Alright, so it has to be a straight line and it has to go through the origin. So that's an example. Here's another example. Okay. Here's another example. Okay, so any straight line that goes through this middle point right here. Okay. Equation examples: y equals 5x, y equals 1/2 x. You can even switch the letters up. A equals 7b. Just as long as it's a letter equals a number and then another letter. Okay. Tables that would be examples. This one we've been looking at: 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. Another example might be this. This is a division example. Let's say I had 4, 8, 12. And let's say I decide I want to divide those all by 2. So this becomes 2, 4, and 6. This is a direct variation also. Okay, let's look at some non-examples. Okay, some non-examples. So a straight line that doesn't go through the origin. Another straight line that doesn't go through the origin. What about something curvy that does go through the origin? Okay, some equations that are not examples. Y equals 5x plus 2. So things like we've been studying, y equals 1/2 x minus 3, and then some other letters, a equals 7b plus 2. A table that would not be an example, 1, 2, 3. Let's say I double this and add 1. So 1 doubled is 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 doubled is 4 plus 1 is 5. 3 doubled is 6 plus 1 is 7. There's no one single number that I could multiply 1 by to get 3, because 1 times 3 is 3, but 2 times 3 isn't 5, and 3 times 3 isn't 7. Okay. You could also do a division one. What if we did 4, 8, 12? What if I cut it in half and subtract 1? So 4 divided by 2 is 2, minus 1 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3. Well, that's a bad 3. 12 divided by 2 is 6, minus 1 is 5. Okay? So to make a 4 into a 1, I'd have to divide by 4. But if I divide 8 by 4, I don't get 3. And if I divide 12 by 4, I don't get 5. So these are all examples of direct variation. Okay? And I'll give you the reason why. Doesn't go through the origin, doesn't go through the origin, not a straight line, has something added onto the end, has something subtracted onto the end, has something added onto the end. There's not one single thing that you can multiply by to go straight across here. Same thing, there's not a single thing you can divide by here.